It's time for the hottest show in America. It's time for the Al Rucker Show, where you get the 411 from A to Z, special guests, and much, much more. So buckle up for a wild, wild ride. The Al Rucker Show starts now.
Thank you for tuning back into the Al Rucker Show. You're tuned in for a second hour of the Al Rucker Show.
Yes, we are. And a lot of good stuff. Ask Al is coming up. We have As of the Week. We're going to talk more about National Adoption Month with my guest in Out Front. So a lot of stuff going on, but mainly people are really just like hunkering down and preparing for the holidays. Mm-hmm. It's like I'm not there yet.
You're not? I mean, it did come fast. It did come fast.
It came really fast. It's like it's like Thanksgiving's this week. It's like, it's like, and that once Thanksgiving comes, it's like all downhill. I mean, it's just so quick to Christmas and then New Year's, and you're in a new year, and then all of a sudden it's March.
You start preparing for New Year's. I mean, for Thanksgiving though, what do you look forward to doing on Thanksgiving? I know you travel back home. Correct?
Well, I go to Chicago. You know what? Nothing. There's nothing that I'm not a big Thanksgiving food person, so there's really no food I look forward to. Mm-hmm. I love being with family.
I do like the Cajun fried turkey.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Who does it? You do it?
Nah, I just ride around until I find one.
Until you find one?
Just knock on everybody's door till you find something good. Yeah, I'm not a big Thanksgiving person.
I look forward to first just relaxing.
In football. You watch football
and basketball. That's all I do all day.
You know, it's a trip. Somebody. Well, it's been a bunch of memes out saying, what outfits you wear into the living room?
I know, right?
For real? I never thought about that.
Yeah, why people get dressed up?
I don't know, and I do not know. And
most people put on a football jersey. Most of the guys I know, they put on a jersey or something.
My mom, she would, and not that because my mom is just not the cook, so we'll just say that. And she admits it. We'll just say that. But she would cook all day, and then she'd go up and put on take a shower and put on like this dress. You're like, where are you going? For what? What are you doing? So it's like sweatpants for me.
Speaking of cooking, my grandmother, man, they cooked them chitlins.
Oh, God.
I'm out the house. I would plan to leave the house.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't do chitlins.
No, we don't do that. And my mother-in-law she still makes chitlins, I'm sure, my mother-in-law. And so my dad will still go to her house and get the plate of chitlins and then eat them before he gets back to his house.
Yeah.
My mom won't let him.
Yeah.
Let him in. It's hilarious. So anyway, we'll talk more about holiday traditions in our families, and we'll talk about those in yours. And then we have a lot of good stuff, including, like I said, Ask Al Out Front, Ask the Week. But also we've got a lot of great music on the way, including this one from Babyface called I Love You, Babe. I love you, babe.
I do.
I know.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I love you back.
It's coming up on the Al Rucker Show.
Thank you for tuning in to the Al Rucker Show. As always, Seven the Poet.
Say, Mike.
Nikki Woods.
Yeah.
And yours truly, Al Rucker. How you guys doing?
Good. In the holiday, getting into the holiday swing of things. I'm there. Yeah.
I'm there.
Yeah. What about you, Seven?
Food.
Man, I started writing a poem called I'll Be Damned.
I'll be done?
I'll be damned.
Oh, I'll be damned.
Yeah. If I work all this time and give all the credit to a fat white man.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be damned.
Okay, so you know what this
if he come in my house.
While I'm asleep.
Down the chimney. Ain't no chimney. How did you get in here?
But you know what? This is a difficult conversation, because I swear one of the biggest messes I got into in my radio career was talking about the fact that there was no Santa Claus.
True.
All of the mothers with the children in the cars. I mean, it was a problem. And so there is that debate. Like, should you tell your kids the truth? Which I always have. Like, I'm like you. Like, I don't want you to believe there's no Santa.
Man, this is the thing.
Or do you let them have that dream?
It's difficult unraveling faith. Kids have faith in Santa Claus and faith in the Easter Bunny Man. It's difficult unraveling that, because you're emotionally invested. Why do that to your kids? Just tell them off the rip. I told my little cousins one Christmas, they were like, wow. They were like about 8 or 9. Hey, man, stop that. Ain't no Santa Claus. My grandmother looked at me and said,
People get upset.
Man, she called me the devil.
They get upset. And so even for my kids, like they believed in Santa, but then I would always say, and what's Santa's name? Mommy. Okay, so let's just be very clear. Like mommy supports Santa. So there's, so they held on to it for a while, but I just did not want them thinking that all them mornings I got up at 2:30 and went to work. Then Santa came up and showed up as the hero. So we will talk more about that. Also, I want to share what's on Oprah's list of favorite things this year, what you should be looking to get your loved ones. It's very interesting. Very interesting.
I want to, you got it.
Yeah, it's very interesting. And a lot of other cool stuff that we can talk about as we get ready for Christmas. And then we also just have a great show. I mean, we've got some people that we're going to talk to. We're going to power up. We're going to go out front, ask out, all of that good stuff. So that is on the way. And, of course, we always have the music.
We got the music.
Always have the music. We've got Jill Scott, Anthony Hamilton, So in Love, one of my favorite songs. Coming up next on the Al Rucker Show.
Thank you for tuning back in to the Al Rucker Show. You got Seven the Poet, who's over here eating Pringles.
It's like
Welcome
I'm
to
trying to
Pringles.
medicate. I'm trying to medicate, man.
We got to do this. We're going to do our Pringle commercials in a few minutes after this, so we can make sure Pringles pays for this. We got Nikki Woods.
Yes.
And then we have
Brandon Frame, who is going to help us power up today. Accomplishments and accolades are no stranger to Brandon Frame, but what makes him extraordinary is the humility and servant leadership that marks his life. And one thing I love about social media is I'm introduced to so many people that are doing so many phenomenal things. And it's just because they show up in your timeline. And I see something from Brandon like every single day.
Yeah.
And I love it. But his movement is the Black Man Can, and he actually has the Black Man Can Institute. He's doing a lot of phenomenal things, and so I certainly wanted him to come and share with us some things that have not only just empowered him, but that he can share with us to empower us as well. So welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So before we get to the tips, tell us why you've started the Black Man Can. Like, how did that come about? What is your goal? I mean, it sounds self-explanatory, but I'd like to hear it from you.
Yeah, M.K. Asante is one of my favorite scholars, and he says once you make an observation, you have an obligation. So I made an observation that boys and men of color need to see positive images of themselves and need to have their stories told. So therefore, I had an obligation to create it. So 8 years ago, I started a blog, The Black Man Can, and it has thus grown into a digital media platform and nonprofit organization with the mission to celebrate, educate, and inspire boys and men of color.
And I think the first, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that we first connected on LinkedIn because you posted the cutest picture of all of these black men and their daughters. Was that it?
Yes.
That's it. Yeah, it was gorgeous. And I contacted him. I tweeted about it or something, and I was just like, this is just an amazing initiative. And so now we're connected elsewhere, but I've really learned more about what you're doing, and you're doing, summits, you're on tour, you're like doing all of this to educate and let black men especially know that they can. But I think that even as black women, we're moved by it too. So you will not exclude us from the positivity as well. So that's amazing. So and I just want to know, talk to us about the pictures, because it's like every day you have some just beautiful black man picture like on Instagram.
Yeah, so we started our Instagram account maybe about 2 years ago, and it has like 280,000 followers now, and but just promoting positive images of us, all the different spaces and places that we occupy, from being fathers, husbands, business owners, radio hosts, all these different things that we do, and the spaces that we occupy, to let the world know that we're not monolithic, that we are doing all these different amazing accomplishments throughout the world.
I mean, it really, there's not a lot of Instagram accounts that I look at every single day, but I definitely look at Brandon's. And there's the beard gang part of it too. Like everybody shows up with their beard. So it's really awesome.
I showed up with my beard.
Oh, I'm sorry. You were serious? Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm just.
Every man has a version of their own beard. You know what I'm saying? Light. He may have a light one. He has a light one.
So tell us, because you talked about just some of the tips that you can use to get to help us be empowered and feel empowered and really feel that we can. Can you share those with us?
Yeah, so I came up with 3 really good ones I thought for myself. First is like, eyes have not seen and ears have not heard what God has in store for me. And so I think when you think about that and you own that for yourself, and that, you're a righteous person walking in ordered steps. And so that's one way to feel really empowered, because what is planned for you is already there. So if you walk by faith and not by sight, your dreams and your goals will become a reality. So that's the first tip. The second tip that I think is really important is that you can pray and see a therapist at the same time. A lot of times, we definitely lean on the faith. So I always lead with the faith, but it's like I used to weigh 280 pounds, and so and now I weigh 220. And so I could have just prayed, but I can't pray the weight away. I had to go, to a trainer and put the work in. And it's the same thing with the issues and anxiety and depression that we deal with, is that you got to go see somebody to talk about it, and it will help empower you so that you can move forward into your dreams and your goals. And the third tip that I'll leave is perseverance. And I just quickly want to tell a story around that. And so for everybody listening, you probably had 7-Up, the soda, and it's called 7-Up because it took them 7 different formulas before they got the right chemicals together to make 7-Up. We've all probably used WD-40. WD-40 stands for water displacement, perfected on the 40th try. So it took them 40 times before they got it all right together.
Wow.
I had no idea.
And there's 409. So we clean our kitchens with 409. And 409 is called 409 because it took them 409 times before they got all the right chemicals together. So that last tip is around perseverance, that we all have these dreams and these goals and these ambitions and things we're trying to do in our life for our families. But it might take 7 times, it might take 40 times, but it might take 409 times for all these things that we want to actually become reality. But if you persevere and you turn your stumbling blocks into stepping stones, you'll feel empowered and it'll make it happen.
I love that.
Good. I like that.
See why I love him?
Yeah.
I love that. I had no idea. No idea.
Me neither.
So tell us a little bit about your summit. I know it's expanding. Brandon is based in New York. He was like, when I asked to be on the show, he's like, "Are y'all in New York? I'll just come to the studio." I was like, "No, but we'll be there soon." So tell us a little bit about the summit and how people can find out more information.
So one of our signature programs is the Building a Better Brother Summit. We do it all across the country. We've mainly done it up and down the East Coast, from New York all the way to Atlanta and Memphis. We're working on bringing it to Houston. And so what it is, it's a summit for young men where we have speakers. All the boys receive ties. We teach them how to learn tie, double Windsor knots. They go to workshops, keynote speaker. We have a photo booth, the Black Boy Joy photo booth, and have young men holding up signs where first they're just smiling and just seeing these boys loving themselves and loving who they are and who they're going to become. And then they got, the different things like I Am King and brotherhood, and just acknowledging that and wanting to aspire to that is a really amazing thing. And so we're on a mission to bring it to, I call it the Black Man Can Manifest Destiny. And so we get to Houston and we want to get all the way to California. We want to bring all over the country so that we can provide positive self-identity development to young men across the country.
That's amazing.
I like that.
I like it a lot. And we're here for you. We're here in Houston for you. So whatever we can do in any of the other cities, we just absolutely appreciate the work that you can do. All of us have Black sons, and so definitely appreciate you stepping into that space. So thank you so much for that. And your website, blackmancan.org. You can learn more about the Raising Kings campaign, and you can also follow Brandon on social media at the Black Man Can, but also at Brandon Frame. So we just appreciate you being here.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, man. Pleasure.
Whew, so I feel empowered. I feel that we can, and I know that we have another hour to show that we actually can get some things done. So you guys definitely stay tuned. We're going to go out front. We're going to have a Ask Al where we're going to solve some problems. And then, of course, we're going to reveal the ass of the week. All of that is on the way on the Al Rucker Show.
I like revealing that.
Thank you for tuning back into the Al Rucker Show. 7 the Poet,
Sight Mine.
Nikki Woods,
Yeah.
myself, Al Rucker. We had Hot Topics.
We are. I wanted to talk a little bit about the gift giving process. And of course, you can't talk about gift giving without looking at Oprah's list of favorite things. Now, of course, this was a much bigger deal when she actually had her show and you could actually go to it and get all of the favorite things on her list, but she's still releasing it, in her O magazine. And I'm not sure, have you all ever looked at Oprah's list of favorite things? No? Really? Well, it used to be a lot more manageable. Like, so you would get 10, you know what I mean? You'd get like 15 things. And they all seem to be pretty reasonably priced. That is no longer the case. Oprah's list this year is 107 different things of her absolute favorite things. Wow. And the average price is probably about $100. I mean, they used to be like cute things you could get from Bath and Beyond. No, it's not bad, but I mean, it's gone from like a $20 gift to like now it's the medium price is like $107.
That's inflation. That's fair.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, I'm sure she's been putting it out for years.
Well, she has, and like I said, normally it's about 10 things, but this list is 107, and she's got everything from foot massagers to pajama sets.
And let's face it, she not paying for that.
Oh, no, she's not. She's absolutely not. And things for kids, so you can definitely log on and see if there's something, beauty lovers. She's got a whole line, and I'm going to send this to you, actually, Al, as you think about what you want to get your radio team for Christmas. This whole body butter and bath oil set. But then also,
Al cannot ever buy me body butter.
I do.
No,
I'm
not going to
I
do
wasn't
that.
advocating for you.
Oh, okay.
Apparently. I mean, I'll send them just the list and we could pick you out something else. But I mean, she's just got a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, do you all think about that now as adults, like what you want for Christmas? Do you tell people like, this is what I want you to get me?
I don't.
I don't either.
I don't either, because I look at it like this here. If I gotta wait 12 months to get what I want, I must don't really want it.
Right.
So I'm very appreciative whatever you get me.
It's like, but my kids ask me now, like now that they have, little jobs and they have their own money, they're like always like, well, Mom, what do you want for Christmas? I'm like, oh no. I mean, there's nothing that I really need. So but then they go out on their own and try to figure it out. And then that doesn't always go as well as it could.
Well, kids try to figure out what you want, but like, I just don't. Yeah, I haven't really believed in like somebody say, hey, what do you want for Christmas?
Yeah,
or what do you want? I give you a list of stuff, but I'm really open-minded. I don't have a problem. Whatever you give me is fine.
So here's a question that my sister and I were debating about real quickly. Giving cash. So like if you're in a relationship, are you okay with like your mate? Well, not you guys, but would you be okay with the person you're dating or even your wife just giving you cash for Christmas, or do you prefer to get an actual gift?
Cash is cool with me.
I'm like, hey.
Cash, as they say, cash is king. Cash is king.
Hey, I'm good with that.
Even
I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, cash is king. Cash is king. Or give me a gift. You can give me a gift card.
Or and I've had people
Visa
like give me
card.
money and like give me like something little, like that they showed that they went and they thought about me and it was personal. But I'm okay with cash.
Let me be 100.
Okay.
To every man out there listening, what you cannot do
Oh goodness.
is give your old lady some cash. The first thing she gonna think is
You being lazy.
you ain't get us no thought.
Yeah.
You
Well,
didn't
that's what I'm
consider
saying.
me.
Sometimes
you
the
know,
best combo.
But
is
you
a
have to
little
know. You
personal
have to know the
gift.
woman though. If you know the woman, if you know the woman, and you know, hey, she'll love to go this, because a lot of women want to get the cash and let them go shopping and buy what they want. So you have to know the woman. I do that with my niece and nephews. I get them cash. This is a drop for American Express. I give American Express gift cards every Christmas.
Yeah, that's what I do. I get gift cards. I don't try to buy you anything. I have gotten past where I'm gonna actually ask you. Most people in my life, I know them well enough to know, to buy them or know at least what kinds of things they're gonna get. But I'm like, hey.
I gave my ex some money for Christmas. She said, so now I'm a stripper? Just throwing money at me. I said, man.
Yeah, that's not my mentality at all. Like, hey, dollar bill, y'all. I'm like, come on. So just an interesting conversation. We've got a lot of good stuff coming up. We've got Power Up later in this hour. Also, Ask Al is on the way, and Ass of the Week, and just a lot of great music. Pharrell Williams and Jay-Z, Alicia Keys, and then Rihanna with Work. All of that is up shortly right here on the Al Rucker Show.
Thank you. Tune back into the Al Rucker Show. You got Seven the Port, you got Nikki Woods, you got myself, Al Rucker. Nikki, what we got going on?
I mean, there is a lot going on in the news. First of all, condolences to Al B. Sure, Sean P. Diddy Combs, the children of both of them that they had with Kim Porter, who was found dead in her home last week. It was just an extremely hard story. She was 47 years old. They really haven't released the cause of death. I mean, they don't think it's like foul play. They don't think it was anything. It looks like there was some kind of a cardiac arrest situation. And she obviously gone way too soon. But she had 3 kids with Sean and 1 with Al B. Sure. So definitely prayers going out to everybody who knew her and loved her and just the lives that she impacted. She was such a nice person, such a nice person. And I think a testimony to that is just the relationship that she continued to have, not only with P. Diddy, but with Al B. Sure. just in, for the sake of their families. But just such a good person. So definitely condolences going out for that. And then another tragic shooting just recently in Chicago at Chicago Mercy Hospital. A gunman opened fire and 3 people ended up dead, including the gunman. I just don't understand. It's like I'm trying to get a grasp of this random gun violence, and I just don't understand.
Question: was the gunman black, Asian, Hispanic?
You know what? I don't
Pacific
know if I saw
Islander?
a picture of the Pacific Islander. I don't know if I saw a picture of the gunman. That's a good question. So I'm gonna look that up. But I
would
just
have to guess. If I was a betting man, I would have to say.
no, he's
Caucasian.
not.
He's not Caucasian?
No, he is. No, he is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
They said he was also he was going to be a part of the fire academy or something, I think, and that he was aggressive towards women, or he had some issues with women, and so he was booted from the fire academy for aggressive acts toward women. So that's who we're talking about there.
So he decided to come back.
So he decided there's just a lot is going on with him.
Well,
A lot
that's
is going
cold-blooded,
on.
man.
Do you guys have iPhones? Did you
Yes,
see that
ma'am.
iPhones are now exploding?
No.
There was an instance of an iPhone, and it was actually after they had to download the update. They just did another update for iPhone. So it's like my son and I were sitting there going, should we download the update or no? Is our phone going to explode? Is it that big that it's like burning up the insides of the phones now? So they're just asking you to be careful. They haven't done a recall that I've seen, and it's not some mass thing, but it has happened.
It has to be on. Is it on all iPhones or the new ones that just came out?
It was an iPhone X.
Yeah, I have an iPhone X.
I do too.
I don't have
That's
an
why
iPhone
I'm
X.
saying it.
I don't have an iPhone X.
You need to
I
be
have an
careful.
iPhone 7.
You have to be careful.
Because you are 7.
All of my cars,
Ah.
all of my cars end in 7.
Yeah. Oh, really?
07, 17. I won't buy another car till 2027.
Ain't nothing wrong with
Okay.
that.
That's
Hey, that's
That's
how
a
he
long
roll.
time.
That's how he roll. That's how he roll.
There
Every
was a
10
rumor
years.
going around that Erykah Badu was pregnant at 47. Did you all see that? People were like really
I
bought
saw-
into it.
I saw her defending herself. I just like to eat a little more around his time.
Hello. She's like, I have given that up. It's done. It was supposed to be with one of the guys from Diggable
Diggable
Planets.
Planets.
Yes.
So I
Diggable.
didn't see the picture. So did she
Diggable.
gain that much weight?
No, she's got a pooch, but it's not like
She's
it's not like
47.
crazy, right?
Yeah, she's
and I mean,
47.
and it's not crazy.
But Erica's always been.
She's
like,
been
thick.
curvy.
She's been thick.
She's
Yeah,
definitely
she's
been
curvy.
curvy.
Let me tell you something. I gained a new respect for Erica. I mean, she was boo back in the day, but when she got that window seat,
Oh yeah.
say man, look here. When she got a window,
She
can
curvy.
I get a window
Yeah, she's
seat?
curvy for real.
Erica can
Yeah.
sit next to me.
So, and Mark Zuckerberg had a little setback in fortune as some stock prices fell. Can you imagine, like, in just a day, how much he lost?
Probably $1 billion.
$17 billion. Like, what
he-
kind of day do you have after that?
He's not worried about it. I mean, tomorrow.
No, clearly he's not, but I mean, just the thought.
tomorrow he'll go up $20 billion. It's the stock market.
Yeah, it's
Nothing-
monopoly money. I
Yeah,
wouldn't.
it's not even.
Just the thought of $17
Let me
billion
ask
dollars.
you. What do you want right now? Like, what do you need? Like,
A peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
I had 2 before I came up here. Look,
I am so hungry. It's not even funny. I can't
That's
even
crazy.
think past food.
but my point is, we get to an age or we reach a level where it's really nothing else to buy.
No, and I think that people get to the point where it's really more about just the options
Options, yeah.
that having, financial stability
Right.
brings
Just
you, and
knowing
not
that you
necessarily
can.
Right.
Knowing that you can.
Right.
Absolutely.
That's the thing. For me.
Absolutely. So we are going to talk to comedian Lunel. That's going to be coming up. And also we're going to power up with Steve Pemberton. All of that is on the way. He's a chief diversity officer for Walgreens. Heavy.
Diversity is big now. Everybody's
Heavy.
talking about that. Everybody wants to be diverse.
Diverse. Well,
and
everybody
all
has to be,
You gotta be.
diverse.
Yeah, you gotta
It's
be.
the
Not
law. So all of that is on the way.
It's Trump's
And
fault.
much, much more
It's always Trump's fault.
on the Al Rucker Show.
Thank you for tuning into the Al Rucker Show. 7 the Poet, Nikki Woods, and myself, and we at that topic of hot topics.
We are. And so they were doing a survey on holiday traditions and how people are really starting to make their own holiday traditions, and they're getting away from, things that the family has done. And we even had a guest that was on not too long ago that talked about, going to the spa, going on a spa retreat for Thanksgiving instead of doing the whole family thing. And so as heads of the household and with your own families, how did you all start creating your holiday traditions?
I want to do something that I wasn't able to do when I was growing up. So for Christmas, for the last 15, maybe 20 years, I traveled. We're never at home. So my boys were able to experience something at a young age that I was never able to experience. So they spent Christmas in another country.
Oh, I love it.
That was the main thing. Thanksgiving, everyone comes to my house. My brothers, my sisters, everyone comes to my house. So we started that tradition, maybe 20 years ago also, to where my siblings came over, because at the end of the day, Thanksgiving wasn't Thanksgiving. I mean, it was, for growing up, every day was Thanksgiving. If I was able to eat,
right,
it was Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So just being able to bring everybody under one roof, no worries, eat as much as you want, that's what we started. So just very simple.
Yeah. So for us, one of the things that we do around Thanksgiving is just for that entire week, because I have two boys, and they're so different in personalities that at times they clash. And not in a negative way. They're just really, really different. So for a whole week, no, they really are different. One is really laid back, and one is super not laid back. And so the laid back one is look, dude, you got to chill. And the other one is but anyway. And so for an entire week, I really make them focus on what they're grateful for about each other. Because my thing, especially with, because I have one sister, I have a sister, and we're the same way. We're so different. And I think when you are in that environment all the time, you don't appreciate your differences. You look at them and you just, you look at them as negative. And so I really want them to, you may not be best friends, but you're still brothers. And he's still the one that's going to always have your back no matter what, and just learn to appreciate the different things about him that may not be similar to you. So
yeah, that's good.
That's one thing we do every year. What about you, Seven?
I don't have no traditions.
Don't be puzzling by candlelight. You don't have any holiday puzzles that you put together?
I do a Christmas puzzle every Christmas. I do a Christmas puzzle every Christmas. You know what? I'm gonna go to Walmart and pick me out a Christmas puzzle.
That is funny.
And I'm gonna do it by candlelight. That's what I do.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all. So.
Let's do it. I don't have.
Don't have any.
There's no there's no babies in my family anymore. Everybody's grown. I don't hang lights. I haven't. Yeah, I'm cool. I just go look at everybody else
I do. You know what? It's a struggle for me to decorate. I put up a tree because I think the kids. But I'm not out there hanging lights or. One year we tried to do that elf on a shelf thing, and then we forgot where the elf was, and we still don't know where the elf is. Do you all ever do that?
That sounds like the beginning of a horror movie.
So there's this tradition called Elf on the Shelf, and literally every day somebody's supposed to hide the elf and put it somewhere, and then somebody's supposed to discover it and then move it, and
the elf will be peeking from a bowl, from behind a bowl of popcorn.
Right, exactly.
You're
supposed to put it places hide it in plain sight and see who figures it out first. But somebody hid it and nobody has figured it out, where this elf is.
He didn't hide. He ran away.
Right.
The elf ran away.
It's a lot to do. Christmas could be overwhelming for some.
I love
it. And expensive.
Yeah, I love Christmas.
I love the meaning of
Christmas.
the holidays. You know what I mean? And it's I wish people would remain focused on that as opposed to what expensive gift can you ask for or give. Just really remain focused on. I think it's become such a commercialized holiday.
So what is the meaning of Christmas to you?
I think for me, it's just remembering why we're here. I know people celebrate the birth of Jesus if that's what you do, but I just think to think about why we're here. I think it's to really remember and reflect on the year past because we're gearing up for a new year. It's about family. It's about love. It's about relationships. But I just don't think it's about gift giving. I don't think that should be the central focus. And I think that we've, obviously with children, it's hard to get away from that. Yeah. But I just think that people put too much focus on the monetary side of it as opposed to being a blessing.
I look forward to the 26th of December.
And why would that be, Al?
It's my birthday.
I know. You're just the gift that keeps on giving.
Keep on giving.
So wait, that's a good question. Do you get jacked up on your birthday? Like, do people get you like that Christmas birthday gift combo?
Yeah.
That's called.
Like, this is for both.
You know,
I need a do-over.
You get under the tree. You got on Christmas Day. You got 6 presents. Your mom said you can open 5. You got to open the other one tomorrow. I'm like, why you put it under the tree? You know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna take this one. You can open it.
People always complain about that.
Yeah, you get down to the last gift. You about to tear it open, or you say the best for last.
Yeah.
The biggest box. I'm like, no, you got to open it tomorrow. Why? It's your birthday. No.
Okay, wait. One year, my mom, she did like that whole box thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it started out as a huge, like we thought we had hit the mother load, and then you just keep opening and they're just box, and you get down to this look. We're like, really, like seriously. She thought it was the cutest thing that she had ever thought of. We were so bad, but yeah, so. All right, holiday traditions.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Jesus.
Jack Frost
Your
nipping
kids,
at
do y'all
your
sit around
nose.
singing carols?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, I'll play the Motown Christmas album, but that's about as far as it goes. Yeah.
Well, I sip eggnog with a little Southern comfort in it.
I do enjoy that. I do, but only one because it's so rich. It like makes you can't drink too much of it.
You're going to have bubbles.
There's one tradition in my house that's always around Christmas time. What's the Christmas Story? What's the little guy stick his tongue on the pole and
Oh yeah.
What's the name of the
I
show?
don't know.
Well,
I
that's
know.
always
Home
on.
Alone.
No, it ain't Home Alone.
The one that plays like for 24 hours.
Yeah,
like,
so that's
A
that's,
White Christmas.
it may be. I don't know.
I don't
But
know.
it's on my It stays on my TV.
Okay, well, when you
the whole
figure it
time.
out, you let us know.
I never watch it.
Yeah.
I just
A
remember
Wonderful
I just remember there's
It's
a
a
little,
Wonderful Life.
There you go. I just remember
It's a
there's a crazy
Wonderful
little
Life.
white kid that puts his tongue on the pole and he gets stuck.
All right, we will be back. We've got Power Up on the way. We're also having a conversation with Dr. Steve Perry that I'm extremely excited about. He has a new show coming out on Fox. We'll talk more about that, and I'm sure educator to educator, Seven will have some questions for the doctor, and then also Ask Al out front. All of that good stuff is on the way. Lots more coming up on the Al Rucker Show.
Thank you for tuning back into the Al Rucker Show. Seven the Poet, Nikki Woods, and myself with this section we call Hot Topics.
So Snoop Dogg, the dogster, whatever you want to call him, it's a good day in doggy dog world. He has gotten his official star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Yeah.
There we are. We're not impressed. Nobody's impressed. Why not? Are you not a big fan, Seven? Do you not like Snoop Dogg?
Oh, nah, Snoop, my man.
Okay.
Well,
let's be happy for our man.
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
The star just kind of. I found out they pay for him.
Yeah, they get nominated and then they have to pay for it.
And see, a lot of people do not know that.
Yeah.
I mean, but there is a process. So it's like I can't go buy
No.
a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So there are some qualifications, but
yeah.
you do have to pay for it once they approve you're getting it. So I can see what you're saying with that.
Yeah, I mean,
I can
like
see what you're saying with
for
that.
example, the girl with the Cash Me Outside. She a millionaire now. Can she buy a star?
Probably not. They probably won't approve her because you do have to have a certain amount of accolades. You can't just, like I said, I may be a millionaire. I can't buy a star. And she hasn't done anything, I think, that would deserve one. So I think that they do uphold the credibility in some regards. You're not buying it at all?
No, a star.
Okay.
A star? No, I'm not buying a star.
I mean,
Yeah,
no,
I
I'm not
don't-
buying the story. I mean, I know you're not buying a star, but you don't believe that there's any credibility?
I think there's credibility,
Yeah.
but I think what happens, as Seven says, people happen to pay for it diminishes.
No, I agree
I
with
think
that too.
that takes a little sting off of you. Somebody just, you got nominated, you get one, it's yours, the whole 9 yards. But other than that,
So there were some interesting stories in the news, some crime related. There was a man in New Orleans. He threatened, I can't even believe that he threatened to drop bombs in the bathroom. And he was
Yeah.
arrested.
Man,
And he
come
was
on.
arrested for threatening to blow up the bathroom, but he just had to go.
Man.
yeah. I
just
mean,
had to
that's
go.
crazy though. I mean, so did they let him out or is he still in jail?
No, they eventually let him out, but yeah, he said he was going to blow that bathroom up, and we've all heard somebody say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
And they arrested him, 30-year-old Arthur Posey, and they tracked him down. Like, I mean, they went to go find him for making terroristic threats.
That's
I thought
crazy,
that was
man. You got to be
so
careful what you say these days.
funny. But then also on the same kind of tip, Jay-Z's 99 Problems. I mean, we've all said it a time or two. But there was a guy in his backyard last week drinking a beer, talking to his brother on the phone about LeBron James and the Lakers, and they got into a beef. And so the dude said, "I got 99 problems, but ain't one," and they had to call the police. It was like it started a riot. It's like people are crazy.
That's crazy.
He beat. Goodness, it's just insane. But I just thought that whole blowing the bathroom up thing was so funny.
That's funny.
So funny. And so, you gotta be careful. I tell people all the time, you gotta be careful what you say.
You gotta be
because
careful what you
people
say.
take things literally.
Out of context.
Literally.
Yeah.
I mean, but you never know. And it's like, that would be the one day where somebody said, "I'm gonna blow the bathroom up," and they really were gonna put a bomb in there, and then you don't listen.
Well, what's the point though? The bathroom is usually nobody in there. It's like you had a happy hour.
Yeah,
or
but
something.
if it's a big enough bomb, can it explode outwards?
It can explode, but
and do
I guess
some damage.
the question is, who heard him say that? It wasn't no black people.
No,
Right.
no black person heard it and thought he was.
Yeah, because a black person heard, they've been like, "Hey, don't go in that
Yeah.
bathroom because he finna tear that up.
Yeah.
He finna tear the paint off the wall."
I was thinking, little boy.
Yeah. So it had to be that other person. It had to be an orange person. Maybe it was an orange person. A Donald Trump person. It's from the Donald Trump species.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, orange. That's you have blacks, you have Caucasians, you have orange.
And
Lions and tigers and bears.
oh
Yeah.
my.
Mhm.
And so what is the orange? What classification? Who falls into the orange category?
Donald Trump people.
Oh. Okay. We've got more coming up. We've got Ask Al out front as of the week all on the way. So stay tuned for more of the Al Rucker Show.
Thank you for tuning in to the Al Rucker Show 7. The poet, Nikki Woods, and myself. And we're at this segment we call Ask Al, which is our favorite segment. I cannot wait to hear what we have in store for us.
What is that face about?
Okay, well, because I can't believe, we're mind readers. We've already predicted this question, and I can't believe we did this.
Okay,
So
well, I can't wait. Let's go.
Here's a question. This is a problem, apparently. My girlfriend is an exotic dancer, and we've been together for a while. Last year, I gave her $2,000 in cash so she could buy whatever she wanted for Christmas. That did not go over well. We ended up having a big argument because she said it was a thoughtless Christmas gift and that her love was not for sale. She literally threw the money at me, and I ended up home alone with Chinese food on Christmas Day. With the holidays around the corner, I'm trying not to be a repeat offender, so I could really use some advice. Was I wrong to give her money as a Christmas gift? Do you feel most women dislike monetary gifts for Christmas but still expect their man to spend a lot of money on purchasing a physical gift? Signed, Catch 22 in Champaign, Illinois.
Man, what the problem with him is this. He gave her cash.
And she's a stripper.
She gets cash
All
every
the time.
So
I could've
cash
called
does
this
not
one.
cash does not impress her.
Yeah.
Get her an actual gift.
I
Get her
absolutely
something.
agree with that.
But my question is, when she threw it back at him,
Was she making it rain?
Yeah, did she make it rain? How did she throw it? Did she just throw it, or did she get this money out of here? I don't
Look.
want this.
But she said, "My love not for sale.
I know.
Only on $2 Tuesdays, huh?
That's it.
On Wing Wednesday. Ah, girl, get out
I'm
of here."
just saying.
Yeah, she was.
So
she was making it rain. That's what I want to know.
But that goes back to your earlier point that you really have to know your
You gotta
girl.
know your
You got to
girl.
know the other person that you're
gotta know your
doing this
girl.
for. Now, as men, would you be offended? Well, you said you wouldn't be offended with
No, I
cash.
wouldn't be
What about
offended.
you, Seven? Would you be a little up in
Nah.
arms?
Nah,
Okay, good.
I'm
I was
good.
like, I got a partner of mine. He said his lady wanted some pots and pans for Christmas.
Don't ever get me pots and pans.
That's what I'm saying. I look at him and say,
That's
boy,
another- yeah.
Oh, so you want me to cook, huh? That's how they say.
man.
My friend, her husband gave her a power washer.
He gave her a power.
He
So
gave
can use
her a power washer.
That's what's up. That's pretty good.
No, it's not.
Yeah, 'cause
First of all, it's you don't want to get any kind of thing you got to clean with. That's one.
True.
But truly, obviously, it's for him and not for her.
Well, you know what? See, I didn't even think about that. I'm thinking he was giving her
so she could get her
own business.
Yeah, or her own algae off her
Yeah,
driveway.
he was giving her a business.
He was giving her the.
No, he's giving.
Yeah, when she was giving him the business.
But he gave her a business. How many women know they get a business for Christmas?
Ain't nobody going into the power washing business.
She can hire. There's all kind of brown people out here looking for jobs. You can power wash the heck out them cars. See, y'all don't think
ridiculous thing I've ever
y'all
heard
don't think a brother gave his woman a business and we laughing about it.
An empire. He didn't help to create
Like, girl, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you be somebody, girl. Take this iron.
See.
No, you start your. You start your.
You know your wife is listening.
No. That's like giving her. If a man gives you an iron for Christmas, he's helping you start a cleaning business.
Okay,
a cleaners.
You be in the other room while I'm playing in my cleaning business.
So you got them small press. What do you give?
Exactly.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of.
You get her an apron and a
I'm
hat.
so glad you're off the market.
You give her an apron and a hat.
glad.
Like, what you giving an apron and a hat for? Girl, you cook so good you can start your own cooking business. Catering.
Even 7 is like, I can't go with
Yeah,
that.
nah,
But
I'm not.
Seven is like
Let
you
you go.
crossed the line.
Let me go to give you a show with a DBA in her name.
A DBA.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, and so please explain for those people doing business as.
Yeah.
Like, well, I got a DBA for Christmas.
Girl, I got a DBA.
You gotta show your ID though. So guess what? That DBA fake. That you ain't got no bitch. You still ain't
She
got.
won't know because she never had them.
So you gonna have somebody type it up? Oh, this is terrible.
See, like, girl,
you
what your
would be
bag?
sleeping by yourself
See,
until next
See,
Christmas.
the thing with this, you know what it is. The girl who don't know, like, girl, guess
She
what my
be gonna
man got me?
He got me a
DBA. What's a DBA? Girl, doing business
business
ass.
ass.
What you doing business ass? Sure.
And then the smart girlfriend be like, he couldn't even get you incorporated. You're like, you just.
Well, girl, he said I get that in 5 years. We get that on year 5. Girl, you gotta take baby steps.
Oh
Take
my
baby steps.
gosh.
DBA first, then I get incorporated.
I cannot.
Are you an S corp or a C corp? Girl, I don't know. I'm a DBA.
Oh. I told it. Look, y'all know I'm sick. My comprehension a bit off. He said, "Are you an S corp?"
Or LLC.
But remember we was talking about the stripper. I said escort.
Y'all crazy, man.
Yeah, your brain is fogged.
Man, I'm
Fogged
trying.
up.
I'm
Show
trying.
with it with some joint venture papers.
Oh,
Look
my
here, girl, I
goodness.
got you a joint
Out
venture.
front is on the way. We're going to be talking about mental health in black men. And also, Ass of the Week is on the way. We got much, much more for you. And he just got it on the Al Rucker Show.
Thank you for tuning in to the Al Rucker Show. And we're at the end of the show. And we always close it out with a segment we call Ass of the Week. Who you got for me, Nikki? Who is that ass?
I'm not even nominated. She goes straight to winner. A mom in Pennsylvania got herself in trouble when she decided to drive to the police station with her 12-year-old son on the hood of her car after he refused to go to the dentist. Wow. Now, according to the New York Daily News, when they arrived at the dental office on Wednesday, the child threw a tantrum and climbed on the hood of the car. So Sharice Jones decided that she was going to drive 2 miles to a nearby police department. She admitted to the cops that she drove with her son on the hood of her car, clinging on for dear life, although she may have had good intentions. Obviously, she drove on the main road, and that does classify as child endangerment. So
I ain't trying to be racist, but that sounded like it was a ethnic situation.
You know what? I don't know, because I think of some of the things that my mom especially did to me when I was growing up that I know she would go to jail for today.
Yeah.
And it was just acceptable. If you think of some of the go pick your own switch. Who makes you go pick your own torture device?
Yeah.
I mean, we did some of the same things.
But that's common in the South.
But I'm just saying, I mean, there were
Just get
things
that
that happened when we were growing up and before us where nowadays it would not happen.
Oh yeah, or
it would not happen.
Just getting hit with an iron.
My mama had this leather shoe. It was a leather flip flop that had all that extra bend and pop.
She hit you with.
She would
It's like,
tear
man,
my legs up.
I
Let
used
me
to
tell you
hide
something about
in
my
bed.
grandmother. My grandmother hit me so hard one time, I stopped crying. You know how hard you gotta hit
shock,
somebody
right?
for them to stop crying,
Yeah.
dog? I'm talking about, wow, the whipping going. The bell came, And I think me jumping around, it caught me in the face.
Oh.
So like, bah, I was like,
What is this shock and
man, I just
bewilderment?
froze. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, nah.
And it's so funny because like I have never spanked my kids, not because I don't believe in spanking, but just because they are not the kids. You do other things to mess with them.
Yeah.
But I tell them like some of the stories, like with my mom, and they're just they just cannot believe that their grandmother, their sweet grandmother, would ever do such a thing to a child.
Well, you know, as a grandparent, I can imagine me being as a grandparent. I wouldn't do that to my grandkids, but my kids,
I remember one day I went over to my mother-in-law's, and literally my toddler was just sitting there walking back and forth across the coffee table, and they thought it was just the cutest thing they had ever seen.
No.
And I was like, okay, the next knockout for this child is on you, because when he walks across my coffee table, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, it's gonna be a problem.
It's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
Shouts out to motherly wisdom. I was jumping on the couch. My mom had a huge oak coffee table. She said, all right, you're going to miss that couch. She said, you're going to miss that couch, and that table ain't going to move. And I'm just, yeah. Man, I caught that table. Boom. It was loud enough for my mama to get up. She said by the time she opened her door, I was at the top of the stairs. Like, I knew I was finna die, man. I caught the corner.
Oh, yeah.
I remember. And it's just like so fun because you tell, it's like my uncle would say, you know, you don't believe fat meat is greasy. And so then you got to touch it. But kids do it all the time. Like we told him, stop running towards the corner of that wall. Stop. He went right into it. I have never seen like the cartoon bump, you know, when somebody hits their head.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It was like the Cardi B bump on this head, like immediately. I was like, oh,
yeah, I done had plenty of those.
God.
I done had plenty of those.
And it's boys. Like, girl, we don't go through that. Like,
Yeah, my
I've
boys
never
went through
broken
that.
a bone. I've never had, my son has had staples in his head. He's like fractured a collarbone.
Yeah.
He almost cut his thumb off. I mean, it's just like, y'all, I don't know what y'all do.
We just daredevils. We just, you know what I'm saying? We out there just doing
I
our
told him, I was
thing.
like, one more hospital visit and they might come call. Somebody might come ask some questions. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, that's what it is, though. But no, I definitely would. My mom would definitely be. She probably been got 99 years. If I was able to
Oh,
tell
my mom
something.
will tell you. She's like, I would have gone to jail.
We probably need to be
did.
quiet because they can come back and get you for
No, I think
sexual
I think
harassment
the statute
for
of
50 years. You think so? I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Because what's the name? It was 35 years
And
ago.
who gonna tell on their mama? I'm still scared of my mama.
Well, you telling right now on radio.
Well, I am telling.
They gonna
That's
get your mama, boy. She gonna be standing in front of Congress talking.
It's not gonna be a happy Thanksgiving.
I ain't do that. I didn't hit him, especially 7. They just allowed him to jump. Oh, that's a good one. You just allowed 7 to jump back
Just jump
and
on that
forth.
table.
That was 40 years ago.
Don't
It don't
believe
matter.
fat meat greasy.
I did not. till I got my head greased.
Well, that's like my boys. Like you said, your boys are different. Mine are different. I got 2. One, I can tell, hey, look, man, don't open that door. There's a wild beast behind that door that's going to kill you if you open that door. My youngest one to be like, Dad said don't open that door. There's a wild beast that's going to kill you. My older son, let's see.
Yeah.
But you going to get killed. Let me see.
That was me.
Yeah.
I was the one that was gonna get killed.
Yeah.
My sister would have been perfectly happy never to touch that door ever again in her life.
my oldest son, that's him. He'll do that all day. He
Nobody
gonna
wants
open
to
that
live
door.
like that.
He gonna open the door.
7's opening the door every single time.
Oh yeah.
Uh-uh.
No, he gonna open the door and run. Oh, he gonna have somebody else running. He gonna have somebody else open the door.
Watch this. I might do that, but I'm gonna believe you. But when I find out you lied to me,
You gonna find out that somebody open the door.
hey,
He gonna be the one that has somebody open the door. Send his little bad nephew or cousin that he don't like, or his cousin that he don't like. Open that door.
I would.
Go open that door.
I would handle the sacrifice.
There's some candy behind that door.
All right. Well, so I think we've all put all. No, I'm not nominating my mom for ass of the week. I'm not doing it.
No, don't do that.
I'm not doing it.
Mm-mm.
Because she will still beat me. She will find me and she will beat me. So thank you. We had a good show. Holiday is in full effect. That is obvious by, the conversation and what's happening on social media. So we hope everybody enjoyed their Thanksgiving holiday, ate a little extra, saved it for the weekend, whatever you had to do to make it through. And we will see you on the next edition. We had a lot of great guests. We talked to Dr. Steve Perry. We talked to Brandon Frame. We also talked about mental health with Keandra Jackson. So a lot of good conversation. And we will have some more when we see you the next time.
Yes.
On the Al Rucker Show.
Peace.
Bye.
Jesus. You kill me with that.
You gonna make that 6? What?
Yeah, I ain't even taking no.
The Al Rucker Show.